Hey listeners, thank you so much for downloading the show. We are welcoming in February on this episode by talking about people that we can't remember who we slept with. We don't remember their names, but we see them and go running the other way sometimes. Paula discusses her little white book versus her little black book. We also talk a little Super Bowl and, of course, our ugly and awkward moments of the week. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you, from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
I think I've seen him naked, but I couldn't tell you.
Paula?
Dude, you're like an 8 and she's like a 3. What happened here?
Uncensored as always, it's time for the Uglee Truth.
Welcome to the Uglee Truth. It is episode 248. Give me a C, a bouncy C. That was not a bouncy C.
No, that was bad.
I remember Ed Grimley. You loved Ed Grimley. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember him.
You really liked him, I remember. I don't think you ever did the dance, though, but you did like Ed Grimley.
I'm sure I did the dance.
I love Saturday Night Live. I still love that stupid show. Happy February. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Jamie. This is my sister, Paula. It's already February. Just like that, we survived January. February is a very interesting month because of all of the horrible holidays in the month of Feb, which we will talk about next week. It is our annual, what do we call it?
Our annual gifts not to give someone for Valentine's Day.
Yes, some of the worst gifts you don't give to people. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is. I keep getting these ads on my Facebook. My algorithms for Facebook keep showing me ads of crotchless lingerie. And I don't get it. I'm like, when did I ever click on anything that said I want crotchless panties? Never. I think, I mean, if I'm being incredibly honest with myself, I am sure that in my 20s, when I first started having sex, I owned a pair or two of crotchless underwear. But it has been, I mean, a lifetime since I've even needed them. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting these. I'm like, it says, if you're thinking about it, just buy it. And I'm like, why is this happening? I've never clicked on crotchless panties ever. Nothing.
That's really weird.
I didn't even look at porn lately. I don't even know what it is. You know, I have no idea, but it makes me laugh every time I see it. And then I'm also getting a group you might be interested in, friendly embalmers.
Embalmers?
Yes, friendly embalmers. I'm like,
well,
whoa.
You like to look at death stuff.
Well, yes, but I just not, I mean, maybe recently, maybe I look at it so often I don't even think about it because I'm so morbid. I don't even think about it. But I'm like, this is a really unusual algorithm. I don't know where these things are coming from, but I thought that was funny.
Get a lot of makeup stuff and I keep getting like bra stuff. And
I mean, are they thinking this is, because it's Valentine's Day or something? I don't know, but I wouldn't buy myself crotchless panties ever.
I mean, crotchless panties is pretty specific.
I would say so. It's basically a giant billboard. No matter where you are, by the way.
God.
If you're wearing them. If you're wearing them.
I've never owned them. I just didn't.
Like I said, I can't remember specifically ever having a pair or putting on a pair, but I would think I would feel very exposed. It would be a really unusual thing. I mean, I guess if I was with someone who did not like oral sex, I would buy them. But other than that, I mean, that's all I'm thinking of when I would think you would wear them. But I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think they're worn for your own personal pleasure, obviously.
I would think not.
Worn for someone else's. But
yes.
I don't see the appeal.
I have never, but I mean, hey, to each his own, but yes, no. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see that thing that I posted the other day about California language?
What?
Did you see that? Yeah. It was California language. It said, yes in California is yeah, no, yeah. And then no is yeah, no. And then most definitely is no, yeah, seriously, or something like that. I said, yeah, that is exactly how we talk.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yes. No, yeah. It was really confusing, but when I read it, I said, that is absolutely how Californians talk to each other.
I don't know.
Maybe not professional, adult, mature people, but people like me, seriously.
I know that every time I've been out of state, like with the exception of like Chicago or Denver, like smaller places like Oklahoma or Tennessee, when I've went there, they always, like cashiers and things like that, they always can just tell that just by looking at me that I'm not from around.
You ain't from here, are you?
Yeah, basically.
You ain't from around here.
I went to a liquor store one time in Tennessee, and then the lady asked to see my ID because I was kind of young.
Yeah.
I showed her my ID, and she's like, I could tell you weren't from here. So,
God.
And I was just like, oh, really? And I was thinking, I'm like, why? Because I'm wearing makeup and my clothes match.
Like, because I actually put some effort into myself? Is that how you could tell that I'm not from Butt Patch, Tennessee?
It was a really small town, but...
So you were wearing a cat eye and they went, oh yeah, she ain't from around here.
I had mascara and eyeshadow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know why I'm talking crap about women from Tennessee. I don't even know any there. Actually, I knew one and she was a whore. So other than that, maybe the rest of them are perfectly lovely.
They were very nice.
They're very friendly in Tennessee.
But where I was, they were just a lot more plain. That's all I noticed.
Well, do they have all their teeth in Tennessee and Dogpatch?
I
don't know. Is Tennessee one of those places where they don't do dental hygiene, or is that...
God, this was a long time ago.
Oh, well, you know what? You would have remembered if you had seen some Toothless Wonders. You would remember. So we'll just assume that they're just like everybody else.
I just remember seeing couples, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, you're like an 8, and she's like a 3. What happened here?
You know what? I bet you it's like this. Was it Kim and I, or Stephanie and I? We went to a country dance bar once. We do not know how to line dance. I know enough to look stupid out on a dance floor at a country bar. But we went there. We were young. We were horny. We were ready to party. And there were some really good-looking guys there. And they didn't even give us a glance. But there was a lot of 3s who were ripping up the dance floor and hanging out with these hotties. And I went... Well, I understand now. They don't give a shit what you look like. You have to be able to dance. You have to know the culture. That's what they're looking for. So It doesn't matter if you're cute. They want someone that understands. And so that's how those little 3s get with those 8s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, well, and I also kind of realized, I'm like, you didn't venture too far out of town.
That's true, too.
To look.
They don't go to the big city to find their wife.
They don't go across county lines.
No, the rodeo is the big to-do, right? Or the honky-tonks.
I don't
know. I am pulling shit out of my ass right now. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've never been to Tennessee. Specifically.
It makes for a nice story, though.
I'm making up backstories like crazy right now. I have no clue. Oh, wait. Is this the episode? Yes. Later in the episode, I'm going to tell you a story, and I created such a backstory for myself. I was even shocked and appalled by myself. So anyway, this show is dropping on Super Bowl Sunday. You probably won't be listening to it until Monday. I don't know anybody who has a dog in the fight, unless you're on the East Coast and you're an Eagles fan or a Patriots fan. I know that in your house, you guys like the Patriots.
We're big Patriots.
So you're excited about Tom Brady getting his 8th Super Bowl ring.
Well, yeah. And we're only Patriots fans because Ryan's a Patriots fan. So, we don't know too much about the Eagles. So
no one does. I mean, I don't know anything. I mean... I know they're the underdog and I would like to see them beat the Goliath.
Yeah.
But I don't, other than that, I'm just going to watch it to watch it.
We're still disappointed the Vikings didn't win, but we've got to get over it.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Minnesota go all the way. That would have been really cool. But anyway, I don't really care who wins. I hope it's a good game. I hope it's not a blowout, because if it's a blowout, then it's just a waste of a day.
Yeah.
If it's a good game, then I don't really care who's playing. I'm just excited about the excitement, just the drama of it all. But the Patriots are so dominant. It's just, it's hard to tell. You just never know till you know.
Yeah. Do you guys usually like have a little party at your house? Like not with other people, but like internally you make like little snacks and...
Yes, Daryl and I are all about having a reason to have a party, as you know. I mean, we had 3 huge parties in a month last month, so we love to entertain. We love to have people over, you know, our UFC stuff and everything. But because, you know, we will have a humongous Super Bowl party when the Raiders go to the Super Bowl. We are getting ready to ring that victory bell just like we always wanted to. But until that time, it's just the 2 of us and, you know, whatever kid is milling around. And I asked him, I said, do you want to make wings? Do you want to do this or that? He's like, I don't know, but we'll definitely do something. It's a fun day. It's a silly tradition in America, but I love it. You know,
that's what we do. Even when Victor and I were broken up, the kids and I, we made like little veggie trays. And we made dip and all that kind of stuff, and
a lot of day drinking.
Just and put it all on the coffee table, and we're like, yay!
Sure. Well, I mean, this is the only time that I'll be looking forward to the commercials and whatever show comes on after the Super Bowl. It's usually some kind of new show, and it's just a fun TV day. And
you know, will Janet Jackson appear in her boob or what?
Justin Timberlake's doing the halftime show. I'm hoping that Chris Stapleton makes an appearance. I think it would be amazingly fun if Janet Jackson showed up. I think it would be awesome. I don't think she will, though, because I think she's kind of on the heavy side right now because she just had that baby a couple years ago. And she's a bit vain. I mean, if she does, she's going to show up in all black and a cape because she doesn't do the whole... She's not all like, I'm proud of my curves. She's like, no, I'm covering up. You know, she's not one of the... I don't know. I don't think she will, honestly, but, you know, maybe all the NSYNC kids will show up or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or Britney.
Yeah, I mean, as much as all of us still want them together, I just don't think
you know what? It's literally one of the only couples that I think could have made it if she hadn't cheated.
Well, I don't know that he would be okay with her being crazy. I mean, can you see him with her and a bald head and an umbrella beating up a car?
No, I think his parents would have said, Justin, we're done with this. Grow up. Let the crazy girl go. Let her get herself together. You know, she has children. You know, let Kevin Federline deal with her.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
He's actually happily married and had yet another kid. So he's got like 5 children now.
No. Oh, Kevin? Mm-hmm. I thought you were talking about Justin Timberlake. I'm like, Justin Timberlake has 5 children?
No.
Yes, I know. Well, you know what he did is he stopped dancing, so he got fat. But then he met some hot little girl that was basically a Britney lookalike.
Pretty much.
I think she plays tennis or something. And yeah, they have a gaggle of kids, and you know, he's living the life.
They're happy, yeah.
He's got good taste in women because he's loaded now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, the other girl was rich too. So
well,
he knows how to do it. He must
it.
know how to lay it down or something. He must have like a magic penis or something.
Well,
I mean, he's not ugly.
No, it's not. He's not. And it's not like he doesn't get like a buttload of money in child support too.
That's true. He probably has his own little stash. But I mean, he was a dancer. He did know how to move those hips.
Yeah, that's true.
He knows how to thrust. So that might be why he's got so many kids. You never know with those people.
God forbid should the guy wear a condom every once in a while.
Well, wouldn't that be nice? You know what? I bet he's one of those guys that goes, vasectomy? What are you talking about? No, I will never do that. You know, it's always going to be up to his women.
Yeah, I wonder if he's
it.
just so macho that he refuses to, you know, change anything.
I know. I don't know, but I feel like all he does is really enable women to do whatever they think they need to do. And then he just, as long as he gets his, he's good. But if you ever asked him to cut the vas deferens, he'd be like, no, I'm not touching my penis.
Go get on the pill or something.
Yeah, go get an IUD, honey. Speaking of sex and love, you asked me to add to the outline, put down when you forget a lover's name. And I went, oh my God. All right.
Okay.
Tell me.
I was at the school picking up my kids, and you can either park and like walk to their classroom, or you can park in the like roundabout and they come to your car and just pick them up.
Okay.
And so I park at the roundabout and just let them and pick them up, because usually I'm still in, like, you know, yoga pants and like a tank top or something, and I don't want to be seen. And so you have to get there kind of early if you want to get a decent parking spot.
Right.
So I was there sitting, and I had a baseball hat on, and
oh God,
I was looking out the window, and the bell had rung. So I was like looking at the window waiting for the kids to come out, and I saw this guy. He had a baseball hat on backwards. He had,
was he cute?
He was okay, and he had like a small chin hair thing.
Oh, he had one of those little vaginas.
Yeah. Yes. And he was walking with this little kid, and he kind of looked in my car, and then he like looked away, but he kept, as he was walking by, he kind of kept glancing in and walking by. And I'm like, he kept looking at me, and I kept looking at him, and I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, I dated him for a month. And this is when Victor and I were split up.
Right.
And for the life of me, I cannot remember his name.
Was this the big guy?
The big guy.
Was this the guy that with glasses who was in love with his roommate, but he didn't think he was in love with his roommate?
Yes.
And his best friend was skinny.
His best friend was a girl.
No. Remember his buddy, his friend. You guys were gonna go do something, and his friend was like the opposite of him. He was super duper thin, and he was weird. And he wore like he was a waiter at a restaurant. He wore like cheap dress shoes and slacks. Or no, he had super skinny jeans on, and they were so tight.
No, that was.
Was that Butt Cheek Man?
That was actually one of Silas's friends.
Oh!
From before I even met Victor.
Oh, never mind.
That was years ago.
Okay. Oh my God. There's just been so many, Paula.
Well, that's the problem is okay, so.
Was his name Charlie? No,
that guy's name was Chuck.
Okay, first of all, I will be of no use to you in remembering the name, because I don't even remember my neighbors. I call them complete like Chuck and Larry, and it's Pam and Carol or Pat or something. I don't even know. I can't. Daryl rolls his eyes. He goes, Jamie, no, it's Carol and something, and I can't remember the man's name right now. But that's my point, is that don't ask me to remember, because I remember nothing of names.
So I have a little white book, and on it's like a diary book, and on the very last page, I write down everyone's name and the date that I first slept with them.
Interesting. You write that down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so if I go through the names right now, I probably don't even need the book, because I can probably remember everyone's. But with him, I am drawing a complete blank.
You blocked him from your memory. He wasn't the one that got up to feed his dogs after sex, right?
After I gave him a blowjob, yes.
Ew. Wait, this isn't the daycare dad. Is this the daycare dad?
No.
Okay, that's a different one.
That was Quick Draw.
Oh my God, that's right. Oh, and it never improved. I hope he got Viagra or something, or maybe I don't, because he was just such a schlep. That guy was a loser.
That was the guy where the next morning I'm just like, so, hey, you want to get it on? And he had gotten up to give his dogs a flea dip.
Well, if that's not a sign that it's time to leave, I don't know what is.
We stopped seeing each other after that.
Well, I would hope so. My God.
Oh my God.
Well, you know what?
I was angry about that one, and I'm like, I can't even believe I put you on the list. I'm like, I should have written you in gray, because you almost didn't count.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, what? It's over already? Oh, God.
Basically. He looked like he was struggling before he even went in.
God. You know what? you want to feel sorry for people like that, but when he's such an asshole, you're like, good, I'm glad. I'm so glad. And what's worse is that he didn't even want to go for a round 2. That's what's worse.
Yeah, really.
That's what's worse. It's like, what? It's like, I want to be flattered, but it's not even that. It's like that one Sex in the City that she was dating, that really hot author who literally, she would put her pinky on his dick and he'd come immediately. Like, he wouldn't even get out of his underpants. And he was already... Yes, and it broke him up. It broke him up because she's like, nah, I'm done. Because he had such a problem, he didn't even want to talk about it, which sounds like this guy.
Well, maybe that's why, because it was daylight. He didn't want to have to face the...
It's like, I don't want to look at the mess I made in my pants because I'm such a loser.
But anyways, so I just need to find my white book.
Did you say hello? Did you nod? Did you acknowledge?
I just looked forward because I had like my baseball hat on, my glasses, and I just pretended like I didn't see him.
Well, how old was this kid?
Maybe like 4th grade.
So was this kid around when you dated?
No, so I'm assuming that he's dating someone.
Well, I would imagine,
or is married to someone.
Probably that slutty roommate.
I don't know.
Probably finally got his chance and knocked her up.
No, I think he's probably married or dated someone or married someone who already had kids.
Is he still a larger man? Or the same?
I wouldn't classify him as larger. Maybe like, XL.
Oh, that's not that bad. I don't mind a meaty. I don't mind a meaty man.
I don't either.
Nah. Was he bald?
Yes.
God damn it. I cannot remember his name either. Roger? No. I don't know.
I keep wanting to say like Tim or Chris or...
Chris sounds familiar, but I don't know. When you've dated them all, it just doesn't even matter anymore.
I know, but it just bothers me because I'm I know I'm not a slut. And so...
No, but you love sex and you enjoyed men. Who cares? So did I. It's not, it's my fault for falling in love at a young age, I mean, well, I wasn't that young. I was 27. But still, I had a couple of years left. I could have had some fun, but I didn't. That's okay, though. But I did enjoy my 20s. I really did.
Well,
I really did. I love sex. And you know what? I don't have a hang up with it. I don't think it's slutty. If you're safe, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I just was like, I can't believe that, one, I'm seeing someone that at my kid's school.
Oh, God, places. You know what? That is the worst. Because, like, what if you say hello and then Ryan goes, hey, who's that? It's like,
just an old friend.
Just an old friend from a time's gone by.
Went to high school.
Actually, I can kind of relate to you. I don't know. To Paula, to this day, I can't tell you which one it is, but one time I ran into a grocery store, and I was married, so I was probably in my early 30s, and I ran into the grocery store. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I didn't look horrible, but I did not look my best to run into someone that I may or may not have seen naked. But I walked into the grocery store, and a lot of the guys that I saw, were older and they had kids and stuff. So when I was in my 20s. And so I walked into the grocery store and I almost ran almost right into them. And he had a son and a daughter. He looked a lot different, but he was definitely someone that I had either slept with or something. Mm-hmm. And I walked right in. I somewhat recognized him. And he goes, hi, Jamie. Oh. And I went, hello. Didn't know his name. Couldn't place him. I think I've seen him naked, but I couldn't tell you. To this day, it drives me crazy because it could have been one of 3 people, and I cannot remember.
You should have a little white book too.
I'm all, Larry? I couldn't remember his name.
You called him Larry?
No, I didn't call him anything. I'm like, Todd? I couldn't remember. Right. So I just said, how you doing? He's like, good, you look great. I'm like, thanks, really gotta go. And I think I even said something like, gotta get diapers, be right back. And so I took off because I just did not want to run into him again. So I completely understand. Luckily, you did not have to run right into them body space way like I did.
Yeah, really. Well, maybe he was looking at me because maybe he didn't remember me.
I don't know. I've never had that happen. I've always had them go, hi, Jamie. And I'm like, hello, person I'm supposed to remember. I have no idea. In my brain, I'm saying that. I'm like, hi. I don't, when I'm done with them, I'm done with them. So it's like it would be a little more respectful of me to at least recall the name of someone that I actually had sex with. And it wasn't like there was 100 people. It was, it's not a really long list, but it's long enough that there were some Friday nights that I just probably can't recall their name, but I don't know.
Would you say you're in the triple digits or the double digits?
Low double.
Yeah, me too.
I was not open for business for all. I mean, I went out with a lot of guys, but I did not sleep with every single guy I went out with, for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is embarrassing though. And it's happened to me too. And that just tells you how small this town is. That tells you something.
It was just ridiculous, but once I find my white book, I feel like Vern. I can't find all my pennies yet. What is that movie called? Stand By Me.
Oh, I love that movie. I like that movie a lot.
I haven't found all my pennies yet.
Yeah, and he got married to Rebecca Romaine, I think. Didn't he marry that hot
Oh,
woman?
yeah, because he got all thin, and then...
he got really cute.
That was that Jason Bateman?
No, Jason, how dare you? How dare you? Jason Bateman is a gorgeous creature.
I know, he is. He's up there with the...
Seriously, and I don't know what it is about him. I think he just looks like a hot dad, but I would do him in a minute. I don't even know
if he's a dad.
It doesn't matter. That's what he looks like. Oh God, he's just so cute.
Yeah.
He's just such a cutie pie. But I always have to preface, I don't know why I do this. I don't know if I've somehow reached a level of respect for Daryl that I didn't have before, but now I just go, if I was single, I would do him. I always have to add if I was single. God. I don't know. I just feel bad about just saying, oh, I'd do him. Now I have to say, if I was single. If I didn't know you existed, I would absolutely lay that down.
I think
in a minute.
Beyond the point of getting hurt feelings, Jamie.
Hey, like I said, when we were talking about Francis Inagu at the UFC fight a couple weeks ago, and you and I were like, how'd you like to mount that redwood tree? His eyes started to like, what's the word? He was like blinking really fast. Because he forgot what we say when we watch UFC. He's like, I forgot they're not watching the UFC because it's good fighting. They're imagining sex with these people.
But not in a good way.
Well, it would be terrifying. He was a large human. God, very large, scary human, as Joe Rogan said. But anyway, okay, so I want to tell you this story. I don't know if you've seen it. I find the weirdest stuff when I'm perusing social media. And this, of course, took place in Florida, shockingly. So this man was arrested. He looks about as bad as you would imagine. Mm-hmm. I can only assume that drugs are involved in his life at some point because he had the ratty, wild, white man hair and he looked dirty. Anyway, he beat up his girlfriend who has no arms and no legs.
Okay, I did see that headline.
Wheeled her into a Walmart, hoping to get arrested so that someone would see that he beat her up. And the reason is because he didn't want to take care of her anymore. And that was his thought process, is to go to Walmart to get arrested so that they could see that he had beaten her up. And he was arrested. He was arrested.
So far, his plan is working.
His plan worked. He's in jail for beating up basically a human pillow.
So
I'm reading that going, how does this happen? How does this coupling occur, for starters? And secondly, what goes through one's mind to decide that this is the way to do it? So, of course, I've Googled and found the woman's Facebook page because I wanted to see what the deal was. I don't think that she's all clean either. I have a feeling there's some drugs involved in this relationship. Marilyn is born without arms and legs, although she has one. And look, I'm just trying to give you a visual. She has what basically looks like a root coming out of her dress with a little baby foot on the end.
Oh.
That's all she has. And so, color me surprised. She has her own Facebook page. She has a smartphone and she uses it all with this little tendril. She can feed herself with it. So, I mean, hey, she's living it. The thing that made me sad was when she was younger, she did have prosthetics on her shoulders. Now she has nothing.
Oh.
And so I don't really know what happened to her. As a couple, at some point, decided to travel the countryside over there and panhandle. And so there's some video of her doing a little show without her wheelchair on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not pretty. And some of the photos are, it's almost like she allows herself to be humiliated. And I don't know if it's a money thing or what, but these two people do not belong together. That's all I can say. I don't know how that happens, that a Walmart is the place to go. Is that like a beacon of hope for someone? I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's like the biggest place in the area, or...
I don't know.
Mass exposure? I don't really know. This is such a terrible story.
I know. And I'm like, this is not love. This is awful. And really, why did he have to do anything? Why didn't he just walk out the door? Like, why did he have to create a scenario for himself? Why couldn't he have just said, you know what? I'm out. I don't love you anymore, and, this has been great,
well,
but...
he wanted to make sure she was taken care of, I guess.
I guess that is love, isn't it? Anyway, when I went through her Facebook page, this is not their first go-around.
Oh.
And when they reunited earlier this month, in January, one of the comments, in really poor spelling, said, "Oh, I thought you were through with this." So this is... I have a feeling that they'll be reuniting, is my thing.
Sounds like it.
He's not going to find a better deal, so he's going to come back to Maryland.
Wow.
Just when you think your love life is really shitty, then you just read about Marilyn and her abusive boyfriend. I mean,
God.
It was so... I told you, it's a bad love affair.
In Florida, of course.
In Florida, of all places.
Terrible.
I know,
Terrible.
right?
Yes.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I have. Oh, well, we do have to do our ugly and awkward moments of the week.
We went out to dinner the other night. When you go to restaurants, usually the plates are really big. So we were sitting at like a round booth. And so the plates were kind of like touching. I had ordered a extra dirty Grey Goose martini.
Nice.
So when he brought it to me, and they always fill those things to the top.
Yeah, because it's a triangle of a glass.
Yeah.
So they take the whole top real estate.
So when I went to go reach for it, my hands hit the plate and it like knocked all the plates together. It was right.
Really loud.
And
yes.
Victor's just like, maybe you've had enough. I'm like, ha ha ha. So,
that's funny.
Anyways, it was stupid. But other than that, I've just been sleeping all week, so I haven't done anything.
You have?
Honest. I haven't done anything.
I've been hibernating.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, honestly, if your soon-to-be named ex-lover had approached you, that would have been an awkward moment in itself.
Oh my God, I know. I'm so glad he didn't.
Really?
What would
have
I
you
say?
seen him since? Have you seen him since?
No.
I wonder if he's taking a back entrance now.
I don't know what he's doing, but maybe it was just the one day, but...
Maybe he was just helping his baby mama out.
No, I just told the kids, I'm like, when you get out of school, hustle. Get to the car as fast as you can.
And did you spend an hour doing your makeup before you showed up?
Heck no.
Just in case? You didn't care? Oh, I would have been all like messy bun, low cut shirt, just in case.
I don't give a rat's ass.
You never know. I know. Lately, that's so funny. Lately, I've been concerned that I'm going to run into someone I know, like an ex-boyfriend or something. It's been weird. It's been really weird. But I don't know. Where were we? We were somewhere where there were a lot of people. And I thought, God, this would just be the place, wouldn't it? To run into someone I hate or someone that I, slept with or something. I don't even remember where we were now. I can't recall. But I just remember thinking, this would not be the time nor the place for me to run into someone. Oh, I know. This is about my awkward moment now. For the first time, we took Mackenzie and her boyfriend, Ken, to Napa for a little tasting. Because they're Mackenzie's 21 now, and so she can actually taste wine. And, wine is an acquired taste. It's not something that anyone really grows up liking. It burns. It's grape juice that burns. And so it's something you have to get used to. So we said, yeah, let's go. So we went to Domaine Carneros, which is our favorite winery because of the champagne and their Pinot and stuff. It's really pretty and it's outdoor and it's just a really great first time experience. So we took them for the first time, and it was really weird because it was one of the first times where I feel like I felt old, because 22 is so young. And when you're around it, you realize very quickly how old you are when you're interacting with lovely people who just happen to be in their early 20s.
Right.
You feel old. I mean, not decrepit, but I started to get worried that they were going to be bored because we're old and we're parents and it's not friends, and I just didn't know. And so we were sitting there, ordered a bottle of champagne to celebrate and to share, and we're not celebrating anything. We were just having a good day. Mm-hmm. Ken, her boyfriend, is like 100% Scottish. Kenzie is half Scottish, half Mexican. Mm-hmm. And then, you and I were like a quarter Scot, Irish, Mexican, Swede. That's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. And so we were just talking about it because Daryl had been invited to a Burns party, which is a big holiday birthday type thing in Scotland for this poet, and it's like haggis, and they do all the Scottish stuff, and you can wear a kilt. And a client he's working with, invited us to go to one that they were happening to have that night in Napa, and we thought it would be really fun. And Kenneth is Scottish, and so we're drinking and we're having a good time. And I said, wine's flowing. And I said, I wonder if, will they know that, what will we say when we walk in the door? We're bringing a Scot with us. And I said, but I'm half Scot, bitch. Like that. And I said it really loud, like just a little too loud.
Whoops.
And what was worse was it was just like in the movies where everyone just for like a brief moment, there was a lull in conversation, music, and clinking. That. And so I have the eloquent timing of yelling out on a terrace, I'm half Scot, bitch, really loud. And Daryl, I mean, like immediately, like before the bitch even ended in my mouth, it was like hanging over my head. He goes, what are you doing? Really loud. Like, what are you doing? And I went, what? And I immediately like slapped my mouth. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. He's like, oh my God. I'm like,
it's like you said the word penis.
Oh God. It was so embarrassing. I have been laboring over this embarrassment for a week. I said, I don't even know if I want to talk about it because it like hurts my soul to it. Like the embarrassment was so bad.
You don't even talk like that.
I know. That's the thing. I don't know where this came from. It's like Tourette's. I never say things like that. And if I was ever going to say that, it would have been Mexican. I would have said I'm Mexican. I don't give a shit about my Scot heritage. I mean, it's great, but it's not something that I walk around going, hey, I'm Scottish. I don't do that. So it was a very weird thing. And I don't know if I was trying to show off for the kids or if I just had one too many glasses of champagne. I'm not sure, but it was really embarrassing. Really embarrassing.
That sounds embarrassing.
It was awful. It was
And they're
awful.
Probably like, who let the trash in here?
Oh, God, Paula, it was the worst.
Were you guys on the private terrace?
Yes. And we were sitting there. What was funny is, now, if you want to be hoity-toity in Napa, you totally can. But you can also be just like me or whatever and just chill, because Napa is comprised of super wealthy people, but also a lot of farmers. And, it's just a very cool mix of people. So they don't really judge. But the hoity-toities or the people who have a lot of money who think their shit doesn't stink, they're there. So we're sitting at our little area and we have a really great seat right next to the vineyard. It was super pretty. And then to the left of us were these incredibly, I assume, affluent couples. There was a gentleman dressed in all black with his black slacks and his very expensive loafers and his black turtleneck and, his silver hair all coiffed perfectly. And I said that, and he just turns casually and just glances our way. And then the one woman had her lips pursed. And I was almost glad that I embarrassed myself. Almost glad, because it's going to give them something to snicker about tonight after brandy. But other than that, you know, it was really embarrassing, to say the least. Oh my God. I'm like, yes, that's me. You're welcome, everyone. Enjoy your story at dinner about the crazy girl that yelled Scott.
That is so funny. I mean, it's not even funny. It's just,
no,
it's awkward. Very
awkward. In fact, the only way it would have been worse if there had been film. You know, if there had been film of it, I would have been on Tosh wanting to do a do-over. You know, it was just so bad. It was so bad. But I'm like, well, it is awkward, and I do have to be honest with myself. It was an awkward moment. So there you go.
Yeah, well, you definitely win this week. I'm not going to lie. I'll give you 25,000 points.
Oh, yeah, it was a winner. It was a big one. But does anybody really win?
Well, there are no winners. That's true in this situation.
There's really no winners. Just awkward moments.
Just awkwardness.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Please be sure to be shopping our Amazon and Avon links. There's still time to be buying your love or partner or husband, wife, whatever, for Valentine's Day on Amazon. They've got some good gifts there. Next week, we'll be talking about some bad gifts, or actually, I think we might be talking about ideas for bad romantic getaways even.
Yeah, like in 2 weeks, like a little bit closer to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
'Cause this show drops Sunday, then we drop another show on Wednesday, and then the next Sunday show, you're right, next Sunday show, we will talk about Valentine's Day in general.
Well, yeah, it'll be our Valentine's Day show.
Yes.
But like I said, in the meantime, there's still plenty of time to be shopping Amazon and Avon. So other than that, have a fabulous week. Go Patriots! And we'll talk to you soon. Bye!
That's a wrap. Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Uglee Truth.